Yo, what's good? What's good? It's your boy Ty Boogie. Hey man, I wanted to make this video real quick. First of all, I'm looking real scruffy right now. Look at this. So this week we got a FTX, which means we got sleep in the field. I haven't went this long without a haircut in a while. I'm chilling in the day room right now. I got a test on the alley doc tomorrow. There's a lot going on, but I'm sitting here with my book or whatever, Power of Now. I told you I was gonna brush on it a little bit, you feel me? For everybody that's seeking that inner peace and that enlightenment, I would definitely say, yo, this is a book I would definitely recommend. This book helped me a lot when I was at my lowest, when I was dealing with a lot of depression. It just helped me understand a lot. The thing about this book is it talks about the power of now. That is exactly what it is, because you think about it, depression comes from what happened in the past. If somebody comes in here, we're gonna walk out. But depression comes from what happened in the past. Dwelling on what happened yesterday, what happened last year, what happened last week, stuff like that. And then anxiety comes from dwelling on the future so much, like dwelling on what we think may happen, what's the possibilities, hoping that okay, A happens instead of B, but not now, but later. I mean, so anxiety and depression are two things that mentally will lock you inside bars. And I think if anybody has experienced anxiety, experienced depression, I think you could definitely, relate to what I'm saying. So I wanted to basically read one of these highlighted points that I had in the book. And I mean, if it touches you, the more the merrier, you feel me? But if it don't, feel free to go watch one of my more entertaining videos. I just figured to make this video, whatever, just to help you guys understand how I found and started my enlightenment journey. So in the book, it says in the first chapter, you are not your mind. This chapter is that the name of this chapter? Is that the name of it? Yeah, that is the name of this chapter. You are not your mind. So basically, everything you think is not you. Sometimes I have thoughts of like, for instance, right now I got to do a public interview, not a public interview, but a public speaking or whatever to teach the class and everything. And I don't really like to publicly speak anymore because I haven't done it in so long. I'm not as comfortable as I used to. Like, I used to be able to talk in front of 300 people for the military or whatever, and I do it with ease every day. I was the student first. If you're in the military, you know what that is. But now I haven't done it in so long that I keep telling myself dang, yo, what if you mess up? Yo, what if you look dumb? Wow, what if when you're up there, people are thinking like, damn, man, he looks stupid, or dang, he keeps stuttering, or he looks retarded. And I have to, in my head, I have to be able to separate myself from the thoughts I'm having and reality. Because if I tell myself that these thoughts I'm having about the future is me, it'll put me into an anxiety state. You see how that just worked? You see how telling myself that these thoughts that I'm having is me, you see how that created some type of stress that isn't even real. It created something inside of me that has not even happened yet, and again, what this book harps on is that right now in this, so I just told you, dwelling on the past will bring depression because you can't fix the past. I'm gonna tell you right now, this is probably gonna be one of my realest videos. If there's anything that you did in your past, most likely you cannot fix it. You can fix it as far as, making the corrections to make that situation better, but you can only do that now. But going back and making that moment never happen, or just living in regret for how it played out, or being in a relationship that you dang, why did I say that, or dang, why did I deal with this person, or just constantly just dwelling on what you could have did better, that will leave you depressed, because you can never go back and fix those things. You can never go back and fix those things. Again, hoping that the relationship goes like this, hoping that tomorrow the date goes like this. It'll constantly, when you're in a date and you're sitting there and you're thinking, damn, I hope they're enjoying this date. damn, I hope later on, you know, they tell me that they had a good time. The power of this book, you know what I mean, is the power of the present. None of those problems are right now, right? None of those problems are happening right now in this moment. So the only freedom you have is the moment you're in. And anytime I have a moment where I'm like, dang, like, you know, I wish I would have did this, you know, or dang, I hope this happens. I turn my mind into an ABC type of moment where I'm like, okay, let me come back, let me be present. How do a lot of people will ask, well, how do you put your focus and make it present? How do you bring your focus right here? The best place is to do it in ABC steps. For example, if I'm sitting here on this couch, right, and I want to come into the present moment, I don't want to be, you know, away. I don't want to be behind. I'm sitting here and I'm feeling on this couch. It's just as small as this, you know, and I can just feel the thread of this couch. Just remember the small things when you was a child. When you was a child, the reason why it was so like free, like you was so free in your mind is because you wasn't constantly dwelling on past or future. Like the smallest things would just fascinate you. Like, wow, look at the patterns. You know, and sometimes you have to do that as an adult to just relax your mind. Because I don't know about y'all, but I can drive to a place and literally be like gone mentally. I could think about something else the whole ride and then realize why I made it to my destination. But I don't remember nothing about the drive. We don't want our life to be like that. We don't want our life to be a constant repeat of anxiety and depression, dwelling on the past and hoping for the future. Now, I mean, we don't want that. We got to have moments that we remember in the present. Now, I mean, wow, look at these patterns. Like, now, I mean, so anyways, now, kind of work with me or whatever, because I ain't the best reader in the world, you know what I mean? But I'm going to kind of break this down a little bit to y'all. I'm trying to make sure I find the right message. I should have been a little more prepared before I started this. Hold on a second, real quick, y'all. Hold up. I seen one. Okay, yeah, this one right here. I like this one. So the messages, well, the line is, the sentences, it says, the moment you start watching the thinker, a higher level of consciousness becomes activated. I did pretty good reading that. So what does that mean? When you have these thoughts of, again, of the past, or me having thoughts about this public speaking I got to do tomorrow, I have to become the watcher of my thinking. Now, I mean, because once you watch something, you separate yourself from it. So it's almost like you're letting a song play in your head, but you know that you're just listening to the song. This is not you thinking. Like, you know how your mind just does what it does? You have to see your mind and your thoughts that keep repeating. You have to see it the same way you watch a little kid just walk around and just do whatever they want to do. You know, they're doing things that don't make sense. Same thing with your thoughts. It's like these thoughts don't make sense, but they're just floating through my mind. You know, so just watch them and separate yourself from them. So like, if I sit here and have a thought, I'm real practical. If I sit here and I have a thought and I'm like, dang, I hope I don't look dumb tomorrow. As soon as I had that thought, I'm like, why is my mind going there? Like, why is my mind trying to convince me to do that? Like, what else is my mind telling me? And I'll be quiet. And I hear myself again. And it's like your mind will literally just say whatever it wants to say, but you have to separate yourself from your mind. You know, I really like that one because you realize a lot about yourself when you separate yourself from, again, the things that go on in your head. You can really get stuck in your head believing that, like a lot of people have trust issues because of their mind, because your mind was so hurt by the past that your mind is trying to convince you of that it's still in the present, where that is an illusion. That's not real. Like, that's not real at all. The only thing that's real is now. Now, I mean, that is the only thing that's real, you know? So be able to see when your mind is having that little kid moment, when it's having those thoughts of just like, what? Like, nah, I'm not going back to that person. This line right here says the voice isn't necessarily relevant. The voice in your head that you have every day, From the time you wake up to the time you go to sleep to right now as you're watching this video, that voice is not necessarily relevant. Like that voice is not God. Now, I mean, that voice can be tainted. That voice can have trauma. You know, that you have to look at that voice as if it is separate from you. You understand what I'm saying? Understand where that when that voice is just coming from somewhere else. You know, like when it's trying to put you in a place that you don't want to be in, when it's trying to put you in the future, when it's trying to put you in the past, understand that voice is not necessarily relevant. And I mean, that's another one of my favorite highlights that I had. What did this one say? Yeah, so once you start to watch, become the watcher, my bad. The moment you start watching the thinker, a higher level of consciousness becomes activated. You also realize that all the things that truly matter, beauty, love, creativity, joy, inner peace, arise from beyond the mind. You begin to be truly awakened. I'm telling y'all, man, separate yourself from your mind, man, because a lot of our minds are tainted, and we don't even realize it. Even if the voice is relevant to the situation at hand, it will interrupt in terms of the past. Again, what does that mean? It can still bring you to a feeling that you felt in the past. It'll try to make what do you call that? It'll try to make a connection to something that happened in the past. The voice in your head can be the ultimate problem. And what this whole video is about is to shut that voice up in your head, is to become present in the now. You are not your mind. You are not that. When I say your mind, I'm talking about that voice in your head. I mean, that is not necessarily you. That's something that just constantly just plays over and over. I mean, it's like a radio station. It just keeps playing over and over. So the best way for you to get away from that is to become present. I mean, but hey, man, it's your boy Ty Boogie. Until next time, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe. If y'all want me to keep, talking about this book, I definitely will. And just, just drop some love below. And make sure y'all download my app in the link in the description below. Hey, man, it's your boy Boogie Oogie. I'm out of here, man. Peace.